name is Bailey, and today we're going to be doing some patient education. Can I just have you verify your name and date of birth?
Lane King, date of birth 1996.
Good. So today we're going to be learning how to take a pulse. In the hospital, we use many different pulse points. Some of the more common ones is the carotid pulse point right underneath your jawline, the radial pulse point right here if you just follow your thumb down, right here on your wrist, and your pedal pulses on your feet. The reason why we find a pulse on somebody is for their heart rate, obviously, and then if we can feel a pulse, we know they're getting circulation to that point, which is obviously good. So to kind of give us some structure in this session, we're going to set a couple SMART goals. The first SMART goal is obviously going to be to make sure you can take a carotid pulse by the end of the session. Do you have another goal in mind?
Yeah, I'd like to know the range of a healthy heart rate.
Okay, so our second goal will be for you to be able to tell me the range of a healthy heart rate by the end of the session. So, first we'll start with the carotid heart rate. To take a carotid heart rate, the first thing you're going to do is be able to feel your pulse right here. So if you just feel right underneath here, okay, you'll be able to feel like a thump thump. Do you feel that? Okay, so the thump thump, each thump thump is 1, it's not 2. What you're going to do is you can count for 30 seconds or a minute. Today we're just going to count for 30 seconds. So if you want to go ahead and find that pulse point right here, I'll watch the time for you. When I tell you to start, we'll start, and when I tell you to stop, we'll stop, and you'll just tell me your number, okay? Okay, start. Okay, what did you get?
36.
Good. Okay, so we'll take 36 times 2, which would be 72. If your pulse is ever irregular or going really fast, really slow, you would want to count the full minute just to make sure make sure everything is okay or figure out for sure. A couple things to remember when taking the carotid pulse: you'll never want to use 2 fingers on both sides, and you'll never want to massage that pulse point right there because it could cause a vagal response, which is something you would not want. So the next thing you wanted to learn was to learn a normal heart rate range for a person. For an adult your age, a normal range would be 60 to 100 beats per minute. If it is less than 60, it's called bradycardia. And at that point, somebody's going to start feeling symptoms. It could be like dizziness, tiredness, or fatigue, start getting lightheaded, that kind of thing. On the upper end, if you start reaching over 100 beats per minute, they're going to start feeling tachycardia, which when you're exercising and things like that, you know that's more normal, but just a sitting heart rate, of course, that isn't normal. So to wrap up today's session, we're going to review and make sure that you've learned everything appropriately that we went over. So we're going to go ahead and take your carotid pulse one more time, but this time I'm going to let you look at my watch and take it and find that pulse point, okay?
Okay.
So, all right. It's almost, okay, good.
Okay. I got 38. 38 times 2. What is that? 76, 78?
76.
Okay.
So perfect. So is that what the normal range is?
Yeah.
Good.
It's within 60 and 100.
Yes. And so what's our normal ranges for beats per minute?
60 to 100.
Good. So you learned both of our goals today, how to take a carotid pulse and then the normal heart range is for an adult, which is 16 to 100. Just additional information if you need to know. Anywhere else on the body you're taking a pulse, like your radial pulse or your pedal pulses, it's the same thing. You just find the pulse point and feel it for 30 seconds to a minute, multiply times 2 for 30 seconds, or you feel for the full minute, and that's all there is to it. So that's all we have to learn today.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.